Echoes of ingenuity, a forgotten technological dawn. What if the narratives etched into our history books, the very foundations of our understanding of the past, are incomplete, perhaps even misleading? Consider for a moment that the familiar story of human progress, a steady climb from primitive tools to modern marvels, might obscure a more complex and astonishing truth. What if, in the mists of antiquity, great civilizations once flourished, wielding technologies so advanced they rival or even surpass our own nascent understanding? Imagine societies that mastered principles we are only now beginning to grasp, only to vanish, their profound secrets lost to the relentless march of time, becoming mere whispers in the sands. Today we embark on an extraordinary expedition, not across continents but through the very fabric of time itself. We intend to carefully peel back the layers of accumulated dust and dogma, to explore a hidden history, a realm filled with whispers of mysterious machines, tantalizing glimpses of ancient blueprints, and the persistent echoes of lost knowledge. This is a journey that promises to challenge the conventional timeline, to question the very essence of what we believe we know about our ancestors and their capabilities. The artifacts and stories we will encounter are not mere curiosities, they are potent enigmas that demand our attention. Join us as we venture into the shadows of a forgotten past, a world where the impossible seems to have been routine. Together, we will uncover compelling evidence of ancient technologies that, according to our current understanding, simply should not exist. And yet, they do. These are not flights of fancy, but tangible remnants and compelling narratives that suggest a human story far grander and infinitely more mysterious than we have ever dared to imagine. Prepare to question everything. The Conventional Ascent, a linear tale under scrutiny. The story of human technological progress, as it is commonly told, unfolds with a reassuring, almost predictable simplicity. It begins in the dim recesses of prehistory, with our ancestors taking their first tentative steps, their hands grasping rudimentary sticks and stones. These were the foundational tools, the humble origins from which all subsequent innovation would spring. This narrative charts a slow but steady climb, a testament to human ingenuity and perseverance, a linear path stretching across millennia. Then came the mastery of fire, a pivotal moment that forever altered our ancestors' relationship with the natural world, offering warmth, protection, and the means to cook food, thereby fueling brain development. Following this, the invention of the wheel, a seemingly simple yet revolutionary concept, transformed transportation and construction, allowing for the movement of goods and the building of more complex societies. Each discovery, each invention, is presented as a logical step, a building block placed carefully upon the last, leading us inexorably forward. The narrative continues, accelerating through the ages. We see the rise of agriculture, the development of metallurgy, the flourishing of classical civilizations with their impressive engineering feats, such as aqueducts and roads. The Dark Ages are often portrayed as a pause, a period of stagnation, before the Renaissance reignited the flame of inquiry and innovation. This reawakening paved the way for the scientific revolution, a period of unprecedented discovery that laid the groundwork for the modern world. Fast forward through the centuries and the pace of change becomes almost dizzying. The steam engine emerges, heralding the Industrial Revolution, a period that reshaped societies and economies on a global scale. Then comes the harnessing of electricity, illuminating cities and powering new forms of communication and industry. The 20th century witnessed the advent of flight, the splitting of the atom, the development of computers, and finally, humanity's first tentative steps into the vastness of space. It is, by all accounts, a neat and orderly progression, a story of continuous improvement, of humanity's relentless march towards greater understanding and control over the forces of nature. But what if this meticulously constructed timeline, this seemingly unassailable narrative, is fundamentally incomplete? The Antikythera Mechanism, a bronze enigma from the deep. In the year 1900, a group of sponge divers seeking shelter from a storm off the coast of the Greek island of Antikythera stumbled upon an ancient shipwreck. Little did they know that amongst the scattered remnants of marble statues and pottery lay an object that would baffle scientists and historians for over a century, an artifact so out of place with its time that it continues to challenge our understanding of the ancient world. Pulled from the depths, encrusted and corroded after 2 millennia beneath the waves, was a lump of bronze. Initially, it was overlooked, mistaken for a mere piece of rock or a fragment of a statue. It was only later, as the encrustations began to dry and crack, that hints of its true nature emerged. Precisely engineered gear wheels, intricate inscriptions, and a complexity that seemed utterly anachronistic. This remarkable device, now known as the Antikythera Mechanism, has been dated to approximately the 2nd century BCE. Yet, its sophistication is breathtaking. It is in essence an astronomical calculator, an analog computer of extraordinary precision. Its purpose, as painstaking research has revealed, was to predict astronomical positions and eclipses for calendrical and astrological purposes decades in advance. Imagine, if you will, the technological landscape of over 2,000 years ago. This was a time we associate with togas and chariots, with philosophical discourse and burgeoning empires, but not typically with intricate mechanical computers. The prevailing historical narrative suggests that gearing technology of this complexity did not appear in Europe until the astronomical clocks of the 14th century, more than 1,500 years later. The mechanism itself is a marvel of miniature engineering. Contained within a wooden case, roughly the size of a shoebox, were at least 30 bronze gears, some with teeth so fine they resemble those of a modern clock. These gears interacted with astonishing precision, modeling the complex motions of the sun, moon, and likely the 5 planets known to the ancient Greeks: Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn. Chapter 3. The Great Pyramid of Giza, a monument of enduring mysteries. Dominating the desert landscape, the Great Pyramid of Giza stands as perhaps the most iconic and enigmatic structure ever built by human hands. For millennia it has captivated the imagination, a colossal monument to a bygone era. The conventional explanation, widely accepted, is that it was constructed as a tomb for the pharaoh Khufu, around 2580 to 2560 BCE. Yet, this explanation, while simple, leaves a multitude of profound questions unanswered. One of the most striking initial puzzles is that, despite its designation as a tomb, no pharaoh's mummy, nor any of the lavish burial goods typically associated with such a high-status interment, has ever been conclusively found within the Great Pyramid's primary chambers. The sarcophagus in the king's chamber is bare, and its lid missing. This absence is a significant anomaly that challenges the tomb theory at its core. Then there is the sheer scale and precision of its construction. The Great Pyramid is composed of an estimated 2.3 million stone blocks, primarily limestone and granite, with individual blocks weighing anywhere from 2.5 to an astonishing 80 tons. How were these colossal stones quarried, transported over considerable distances, and then lifted and placed with such accuracy, often with joints so fine that a knife blade cannot be inserted between them? The engineering prowess on display is breathtaking. The pyramid's base is almost perfectly level, covering an area of over 13 acres, with sides aligned with remarkable accuracy to the cardinal directions: true north, south, east, and west. The deviation from true north is mere fractions of a degree. Such precision would be a challenge even for modern surveyors with advanced equipment. How did the ancient Egyptians achieve this with the tools supposedly at their disposal? Furthermore, the pyramid incorporates sophisticated mathematical constants. The ratio of its perimeter to its original height, for example, closely approximates 2 pi, and other geometric relationships within its design suggest a deep understanding of mathematics and geometry. Was this coincidental? Or does it point to a level of knowledge far exceeding what is traditionally attributed to the Old Kingdom Egyptians? Chapter 4. The Nazca Lines, Celestial Messages Etched in the Earth. In the arid, desolate plains of southern Peru lies one of archaeology's most perplexing and visually stunning enigmas, the Nazca Lines. These are not mere etchings but colossal geoglyphs, vast designs and figures drawn into the desert floor by removing the reddish-brown iron oxide-coated pebbles that cover the surface, revealing the lighter-colored earth beneath. Their scale is truly monumental. Created by the Nazca culture between 500 BCE and 500 CE, these lines form an extraordinary collection of hundreds of individual figures, ranging from simple geometric shapes, straight lines, trapezoids, spirals, and triangles, to complex zoomorphic designs depicting animals such as hummingbirds, spiders, monkeys, lizards, and even a figure that some interpret as an astronaut-like being. Some of these figures stretch for hundreds of meters. The most baffling aspect of the Nazca Lines is their perspective. Due to their immense size, The true forms of these intricate designs are only fully recognizable from a significant altitude, typically from an aircraft or high vantage points on surrounding hills. This immediately raises a critical question. Why would an ancient civilization invest such enormous effort in creating art that they themselves could not fully appreciate from ground level? The precision with which these lines were executed is also remarkable. Many of the straight lines run for kilometers across the undulating desert terrain, maintaining their linearity with astonishing accuracy. The creation of the complex curvilinear forms of the animal figures would have required careful planning, sophisticated surveying techniques, and a coordinated effort by a large group of people. Numerous theories have been proposed to explain the purpose of the Nazca Lines. Chapter 5. The Mahabharata Vimanas and Weapons of Unearthly Power. Turning our gaze to the ancient Indian subcontinent, we encounter a rich tapestry of epic literature, among which the Mahabharata stands as one of the longest and most profound poems ever written. This vast work, composed over centuries and taking its final form around the 4th century CE, is not merely a collection of myths and legends. It is a cornerstone of Hindu philosophy, ethics, and history, chronicling a dynastic struggle and a cataclysmic war. Within its sprawling verses, amidst tales of heroism, duty, and divine intervention, we find descriptions of phenomena that are startlingly reminiscent of advanced technology. Most notably, the Mahabharata speaks of Vimanas, flying machines of various shapes and capabilities, piloted by gods and heroes. These are not fleeting mentions but are often described with intriguing detail. Some Vimanas are depicted as aerial chariots, capable of soaring through the sky at incredible speeds, navigating with ease, and even traveling between different worlds or realms. The texts describe them as shining, powered by mysterious forces and sometimes equipped with formidable weaponry. The descriptions evoke images far removed from simple chariots drawn by celestial horses. They hint at something more akin to sophisticated aircraft. The epic also contains chilling accounts of devastating weapons of such immense power that their effects sound eerily familiar to a modern audience acquainted with the destructive potential of nuclear arms. One such weapon, the Brahmastra, is described as an instrument that could destroy entire armies, causing the land to become barren, poisoning waters, and harming generations to come. The texts speak of a single projectile charged with all the power of the universe, an incandescent column of smoke and flame as bright as 10,000 suns, which rose in all its splendor. Chapter 6. The unfolding map of yesterday's marvels. Our journey through the shadows of the past has brought us face to face with enigmas that defy easy explanation. The intricate gears of Antikythera, the colossal precision of Giza, the skybound artistry of Nazca, and the textual echoes of flying machines and potent weaponry. These are not isolated curiosities. They are compelling pieces of a puzzle that suggests our understanding of ancient capabilities is far from complete. The past, it seems, is not a closed book, but an unfolding map, with vast territories still waiting to be charted. If this exploration of ancient technologies that seemingly shouldn't exist has sparked your curiosity and made you question the narratives you thought you knew, then our purpose has been served. We encourage you to share this journey with a fellow seeker of knowledge, someone who also delights in the mysteries that lie hidden beneath the surface of accepted history. Give this video a like if it has broadened your perspective. And crucially, don't forget to subscribe to R3DI. We have only just begun to scratch the surface of the world's greatest mysteries and the lost chapters of human endeavor. There are countless more anomalies to investigate, more ancient whispers to decode. Stay curious, always question, remain skeptical of simplistic answers, and never, ever stop exploring the rich, complex, and often astonishing hidden history of our world. The past is speaking. It is up to us to learn its language.